You know what, lads? I'm tired. Tired of trying to predict who will be the highest scoring players every game week and being absolutely trash at it. Welcome to the Gameweek 5 Dream Team. This is the series where I construct a best team and a team of players who I think will score the most points this week. This team will be over budget, as I have to say every damn episode. I'm actually going to have to stick that on my forehead and walk around with it just so people finally understand that it's a dream team, yeah? But that's more because I'm focusing on the players I'm talking about so that I can then compare it to last week's dream team that looked like this. And, oh, crumbs. 181 points without a captain or any chips played. This might actually be one of the highest scoring dream teams we've ever seen in FPL, and it has players like Cresswell, Callum Wilson and Jorginho. Are you mad? And also 2 Aston Villa players getting 43 points between them against the champions Liverpool. That could potentially beat a lot of people's overall team score just from the week from 2 Villa players. But my dream team prediction, maybe not quite as good, looked like this. With 30 points. 30. I could build any team in the entire world of Premier League players without budget rules, and it gets 30 points in this week. For a team that contains the best attacking fullbacks in the league in Trent and Robbo, a midfield of Salah, Aubameyang and De Bruyne, as well as a front line of the most informed forwards playing against the most out-of-form teams, and it still only scores 30 points. But I think this is actually a really good thing to show us that we can't predict everything. No one knows exactly what will happen, which is why you shouldn't panic to buy or sell most players, as you just don't know how it's gonna go. But moving on straight to my Game Week 5 Dream Team without paying attention to budget, starting with David De Gea. He did kind of just concede 6 goals last time in the league, yeah? And I know that, but you know what? That is almost the exact reason why I'm putting him in here. We usually see with teams that put in a really, really atrocious, diabolical defensive performance, that the very next game they are just a lot more defensively and they want to gain that confidence at the back again, so are just extra cautious. And even though it's still one of the top 10 questions science can answer of how those Man United defenders get paid as much as it does, they're still not, terrible. They're probably good enough for, mid-table Prem. So playing against a mid-table Prem team in Newcastle, with De Gea almost sometimes turning into Spider-Man on a good day and saving everything, I think they will be quite passive and probably get a clean sheet here. With that sheet so clean, you could lay in it and dream, which is why he is my first Dream Team player here. With our next player here, it's actually kind of a lucky dip going around right now. How in the heck do I predict any of these teams to keep a clean sheet this week? With right now, it's more likely for Kepa to become the best keeper in the world than to predict such a thing. But I thought I'd just go for it and go for some more attack-minded defenders here. Starting with Castagna. Timothy Ladd is currently the top scoring defender in FPL history for this year so far, whilst he has also had the most goal contributions out of any defender too. With this week, he plays the team that has no clues how to score, yeah? In Aston Villa. Wait, never mind then. But I think it is actually only going to be like a 0-0 or 1-0 kind of game here. With how both of these teams play, they kind of cancel each other out, as counter-attack versus counter-attack usually means anti-attack and not too many goals. And probably better for the defenders here, which is why the highest scoring defender currently is here on my Dream Team list. With our next defender, someone that should stay only in a Dream Team and never in your actual FPL team, because he is more overpriced than a Fred Oba. It's George Baldock. Now Baldock here, to be fair, did get quite a lot of points last year, after a decent amount of goal contributions and more importantly, a lot of clean sheets. But this season, he was priced at 5.5 million. And Sheffield United have yet to keep a single clean sheet so far. Definitely worth your money, right? But this week, they play a Fulham team at home, who are just, Fulham. Just absolutely rubbish, aren't they? But they have actually made some decent signings, so they might improve soon. And you know what? I actually do think they are going to score. But right now, they are probably still one of the teams that's less likely to score. So that's all I got to go off right now. But that is why I'm back in Baldock here to keep his first clean sheet, but maybe even get a goal or an assist to spice things up even more. My current Dream Team predictions credibility relies on you, George. No pressure, yeah? The next one is a kid who has been battered more this year in the league than an average UFC fighter does in their entire career. It's Tariq Lamptey. Nah, seriously, why is every team literally trying to kill him? But he is actually a very good player, getting 3 FPL assists already, also winning 2 penalties. Now, Brighton aren't quite an unbeatable defensive force, right? But I do expect a few clean sheets to drizzle in here and there, which could be appertaining this week where they play Crystal Palace. Now, Palace have got some quite scary attacking players right now, like the almighty Jordan Ayew, yeah? But sometimes they can be a bit toothless, which is why I'm going for Lamptey here to chomp down on Palace and bring home some FPL points this week, making him my final defender here in my dream. Moving on to the middle of the park with Marcus Rashford. Yeah, maybe completely contradicting what I said earlier, that I said Man United will be a lot more defensively and a lot more passive. But the half-injured Man City team of Sterling and De Bruyne potentially out, can he make the list? Who also play Aubameyang's Arsenal, so not easy for him. Whilst also Liverpool playing the best team in the league in Everton too. So I'm not really left with much options on my laddos. But no worries, Marcus Rashford here is ready. Ready to get all the goals and assists where he plays Newcastle this week. Question marks over if some of the Portuguese players will actually be allowed to play, with the greatest player of all time, Ronaldo, testing positive for the spicy cold in COVID. So does that mean Bruno might miss out here? Does that mean Rashford might get penalties for a game? Not sure what is happening with those players, but if I had to guess what was happening in this game, it would be Rashford to get all of the goals here. With next, the current top FPL pointer out of anyone in the entire game. It's gone, my son. There's no hiding the form he's been in right now. And he's also gone really, really close to scoring even more goals. I know, right? The greedy bastard. Leave some for the rest of us, yeah? But he plays West Ham next. Wibbly wobbly West Ham. But actually, they played really well last week by beating the then top of the table Leicester City. So, what will he do against Spurs here? Now, Spurs may be without Game, but he's probably going to play because I think he's starting for England right now. But if there was one man they needed to score and one man they can rely on, it's Mr. Son here. I don't even have him in my actual team here though, because I'm not so sure he can keep up this scoring against teams that really sit back further down, which kind of counters all of his strengths, but Ronaldo can probably still score, making him the next dreamy boy here. With next, it's our guy Kai Havertz. Haven't you heard that he's getting in the groove of things now? He had a really, really atrocious debut, didn't he? Like, oh dear, I could have done better than that. But he's getting assists for Chelsea now, and even a goal for Germany. So can he finally start scoring some goals for his club too? God, voice crack FC over here, what's going on? This week, Chelsea plays Southampton, where I do think it could go either way, but I'm seeing quite a high scoring game here. So does that mean Havertz can have a good time and get all of the FPL points? Maybe. Let's see, is it? He's in this team. With our final midfielder for today, the one cheap boy that has actually been really underappreciated this year, even though he's done pretty damn well. It's Matheus Pereira. 1 goal and 2 assists from him, meaning he's got 19 points this season, which is actually more than De Bruyne and Aubameyang. And he's only 6 million. Why aren't we talking about him? But this week he plays Burnley. The Burnley team that are just very Burnley lately, aren't they? And probably going to concede all the goals again. So will Matheus score more this week than Aubameyang and De Bruyne? You know what? Probably. Which is why he's in my dream team here. Moving on to our first forward of the day to enter our dreams. It's top banger, Jamie Vardy. Now yeah, take away penalties, then this man has put in less work than someone that's unemployed. But this is kind of the fantasy penalty league right now, meaning he's kind of scored 4 goals from the spot, making it 5 in total for him. So maybe he's not the worst of choices right now, whilst playing Aston Villa next. Like, come on, only 7-2. Yeah, they're going to lose this game, aren't they? But I do think Villa won't be as good against Leicester, just for the way they play, where Vardy here is the one of the only forwards I can actually rely on with all the fixtures going around, because it's just, who the heck do I go for? There's no one to choose easy. Like, there's hard games all around, there's some injuries and some absentees going around as well. So Vardy makes this list, making him my first forward to dream about. With next, is it finally Timo time with Timo Werner? Still hasn't scored in the Premier League yet, but again, scores for Germany in the break. So maybe, just maybe, he can finally get a goal in this league against Southampton. Now, Southampton usually play with a very high line, which is perfect for getting in behind. Such as Son kind of doing it like 73 times and getting 4 goals from it. But if they do this again this week, against the in-behind merchant in Werner, he could actually finally do a goal for Chelsea. Where a lot of his goals in the Bundesliga came against teams that kind of play exactly like Southampton do as well. So yeah, putting in Havertz and Werner in my dream team here, when neither of them have even scored in their first 4 games in the league so far. When will we ever learn, right? But I do think one of them will finally get a goal. Maybe both of them. We'll see. With our final player to end our dream team for Gameweek 5 being Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Lewandowski. Yeah. I know he plays Liverpool this week. But come on, he's the only player so far to score a goal in each of the first 4 games in the league, which also includes a hat-trick. He's the main striker in a team with players like James Rodriguez and Richarlison to create chances for him, as well as just being the ultimate poacher who will just be in the right place at the right time to finish off all the scrappy opportunities that happens. But again, Liverpool. Wait, the team that just conceded 7 goals last time out. Yeah, what's your point? But it could be a really close derby here. It might not be that many goals. It might be 10-all. No one knows, but I don't want to bet against Mr. Consistent just yet, which is why he is in this dream team here as the final player to end my dream. And that is it. No less than 100 points for my dream team here, yeah? Where actually, this team doesn't actually look that good, does it? And being the most expensive and best players in the league doesn't always translate to FPL points. But that is all. Thanks for watching, and remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now. Don't let your memes be dreams.